You don't know the power of the dark side.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our top 4 match. You guys just saw Tommy Adams on this stream against Phil Horny previously, and Tristan playing on Dion's Gold Squadron podcast stream. So, whittling down to the last 4. Got to update all of the hull ship values for Tommy's squadron. Let's see here. Jess is full.
I'm gonna get a
Zeb is 2 hull, 2 shield. Oh, whoops, I gotta turn Zeb's crit off. Sweet. Alright.
Let me know. Hey, leave that door cracked. I just need to know when they start time, so I'm accurate.
Thank you. Alright. This is going to be a slugfest, so I don't think Tommy played Tristan at all in Swiss.
I'm just gonna get him out combo.
For Tristan to make it this far with a very jousty, harpoony scum list like this is excellent. We have seen Miranda Doney and Captain Nim earlier. Haven't seen many Scum Nim ships, or Scum Nim lists rather, being flown today, so this is definitely a testament to...
I'll join you in a minute.
Okay, yeah, thanks, man. Definitely a testament to how these guys have flown all day today, which is awesome. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a lot of fun. So they're deciding who has initiative right now. Tommy's going to place first rock. They don't have any conflicting pilot skill abilities because Lowhhrick and Ezra at 5s. Jess is at a 3, Zeb is at a 3. So 10-10-4 for Tristan. Tommy plays first rock, so he has initiative. So Tristan's objective here is definitely to get harpoons off as quickly as possible. That's definitely going to be Tommy's weakness here, because since his list relies on flying in such a tight formation, being exposed to harpoons like that, it's almost auto damage because of the low-ish agility for particular ships. So my feeling is that Tristan's going to go right after Lowhhrick, gets rid of selflessness really quickly, gets rid of the reinforce sharing ability that Tommy's list likes to use, and that's going to be the oh no, where did my squadron go? Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Cool. That was weird. OBS now is not the time. Now is not the time for my computer to be having issues. Okay, no, we're set. So everything appears to be set. So Tommy likes to set up on that bottom board edge. I'm actually going to remove the initiative token just so we can see if he chooses to set up there again. This is a really favorable obstacle field for Tommy right now, but he's just got to be really careful. Nope, he's setting up at the top. He's going to be able to take advantage of that huge lane that's going down and into the obstacle field towards the bottom of the board edge. I think Tristan's going to end up jousting here. We'll see. So all 3 of Tristan's ships have harpoons. I know everybody's favorite harpoon missiles. Yay! You know, it's top 4 starting timer now.
about Eric's sayings first, and then most people. I mean, yes, now we have
It's
the
just
art.
All right.
What did he have to drop to get that?
Nothing.
Like a bid or
Nothing. So you just drop.
Just a couple seconds behind, not a big deal.
It's just
Wow. So
Okay.
going to move
one point astromech, R2
the
astromech.
names down here,
Yes, and then and one point.
just so we can see the action at the top of the board.
Yeah, you don't get that thing, but I mean, so don't.
Yeah, so it definitely looks like it's going to be quite a jousty match here, unless Tommy chooses to two-turn down along his board edge.
It really is. It is.
So
If he can guess where Fenrau.
I think Tristan has a bit more of a favorable
Mechanics, unlike
matchup here
he can use that to
because of his harpoon missiles. Captain Nim also has trajectory simulator, so
shut down Fenrau's ability.
he's going to be able to get the damage off from thermal detonators. And that's going to be the biggest challenge for Tommy to deal with. So this match could likely go into time. Hour and 15 minutes is plenty of time though for all of our players, as we've seen before.
11.
It's going to be just a little bit of a late night. Got to drive back down to Columbus.
All right, so it looks like Eric is looking to
Be up bright and early tomorrow morning for work.
game, but honestly, he's in a position here where
So both players setting up the top
choose to either
of
kite
their
or he could just turn
board
into
edge here.
primary.
He could. He
Uh,
can also turn left here because he has the mustache.
I'm not sure what's going to
I don't
happen.
know. He could go forward, but like if he does that, that's going to put him too close to all three of those guys. I don't think he wants to
A lot of pull for Tristan here.
thinking that he might do
Some pull for Tommy as well.
R2.
Oh my
He could
goodness.
Try to run up the other side of the rocks. I don't know because that would pigeonhole him.
Let's
Take
see.
a couple rounds and
Yeah,
go
so
straight back to rock.
what I would like to see is Tommy turning down his side of the board edge, unless he's comfortable jousting, and then, in which case it could be a bit of a short match. I'm at this point, I'm not sure who it's going to go in favor of.
They're spread. So I think what we're going to see here is he's going to keep.
So if Tommy turns into his side of the board edge, he's got some time to skirt around that asteroid field, but Nim is able to
or not out of all of them.
control a lot of the lanes with trajectory simulator and thermal detonators.
Is like if you kind of use that formation and everything, Lowhhrick's RPG
So harpoons are definitely a thing. So nope, he is
Miranda,
likely going to go for the joust here.
especially in Zex because he doesn't have that.
Okay,
Exactly. So I mean, you're probably going to see a 3-bank from Miranda, a 2-bank from
Yeah,
Lowhhrick,
3-2-1.
Yeah, 3-2-1 formation here.
Or he might just do like a 1-1 and then have Miranda do a R2,
Right.
which I've seen him do before as well. And that's legitimate. Now,
So
this is gonna be the
Zeb
range game of, like,
right behind
can I
Jess
land
there.
shots, can I
Jostero's up
beat
next.
me kind of thing. One other thing I wanted to ask about is that if like you have a local versus a local match
So
here,
not
is
quite,
initially the hardest part because people are
not quite able to have an engagement this first round. I think Tommy is going to want to move
It's a weird trade.
very, very quickly here
Here's the 3-bank from Lowhhrick.
with his whole
A
formation,
little bit forward,
reinforcing the front.
and
Here's Miranda. She may or may not be.
and go from there. So
That's going to be out.
Ezra,
That's range. Okay.
who's just to the right
I know
of
you have-
the
I
attack
know
shuttle
you're
at the
used
top
to
of
it.
the board.
I've been doing this a long time.
Okay. But how many years did you do this?
I'm actually going to go zoom the screen out a little bit so we get a better view on the top of the board.
Things I've commented, I'm like, wow, I sat there on the screen. Alright,
Well,
so
at least you're good at it and you look good doing it. So.
I have a face for announcement.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't see me. Alright, so Fenrau in a position to make that arc matter the following turn if need be.
Yeah, so that way you can shut someone down. Who do you think Fenrau would want to shut down first?
I mean,
My guess
the
is
the expertise on Lowhhrick
Lowhhrick.
makes it so that he can't unless he does R3A2. Right?
exactly. So, what if like okay. One thing that I would see that I think would be good is that if Fenrau.
Oh wow, that's not a whole lot better.
That way, it's
But it works.
you would be able to
Yeah,
use
so
that
we saw Tristan
expertise like shutting him
taking a bit of time with his target lock there, trying to determine some math in his head. A good rule of thumb is remembering the rule of 11,
Avoid the stress.
and that being any combination of maneuvers totaling up to
He's going to be hoping that he's in arc here.
11 ship bases
He wants to
will
go
get you in range
for
3 for combat at least.
Doesn't look like he activated arc.
So if you want some more information on that, we'll try to go into some details, but
that might be the only shots that we had.
It's a really simple rule to remember and take into account. But in tournament play, that's what really separates the veterans from the rookie pilots,
Okay.
because they're already taking this thing into account along with so many other things.
That's what it was. I was kind of confused. All right, here's TLTs. That's going to be. Well, he does have an evade token, so he's going to spend it. To guarantee
All right,
shit.
so it does bank 1 on Ray.
All right, second shot. 1 crit. So
Is he not doing the maul then, or?
This is from Zach.
Oh, this is from Zach.
So he spends the evade token, no damage. Here's Lowhhrick at range 3.
1 token on Ray, and now
Live.
Tommy is thinking about
He does get a dice.
where or how fast he's going to move that formation. So turning in here is not beneficial. The good thing,
So he's going to be taking 2 more.
the good thing about, well, actually, the good thing that Tommy appreciates about Tristan's list is that he doesn't have twin laser turret.
He loves
So as long as Tommy is able to plan his joust in such a way
this right here.
that
And
So
of
then
course,
he can minimize the amount of harpoon missiles he takes after the first engagement,
Okay, so
the best chance he's going to have at winning this game.
but doesn't. Okay.
So
that's,
both players are considering this rule of thumb option extremely carefully.
Why did he attack Ezra first? What was the point
They're
of
dialing
that
in their
focus?
maneuvers
Because, like,
No, he attacked Laura.
to reflect that as well.
Oh, okay.
So I think Tommy's just going to be able to do 1 forward here. Just depends on how aggressive Tristan's going to want to be.
Alright, so it looks like TLT's into Lowhhrick.
Let's see.
Even though
Yep,
it's
just the 1 forward.
Reinforce is actually really good against
Does have
hitting two hits at a time.
So
he is gonna end up being in range of
yeah.
Jostero at least.
Ugh, bad brown. Reinforced. And the brown.
So
So he is stressed, so that's gonna
Jostero
automatically
does
fall.
move
He can't
before
block because he's still stressed.
He's double stressed.
Jess and, or excuse me,
But he can still
Lowhhrick
use the
and
Ezra ability.
Yep.
Ezra,
And reinforce.
but
Oh, man.
still,
So, out of that whole document,
Jostero just takes the Deadeye,
There's only 1 damage.
anticipating where
Yes.
So he'll be able to boost.
Ezra and Lowhhrick are going to be. However, I think Tommy's going to be able to keep Lowhhrick out of range 3
Zach only took 1 damage in that whole volley.
That
for
was
harpoons here.
Very good. Very good.
A good trade.
Exactly.
That's going to be close though. I think
One thing
Lowhhrick
that's
is out of
kinda
range 3
like
though.
that Eric saying did,
So I really like
he
the
dirtied up his V6,
aggressiveness
so it matches the
of Tristan's list. You know, he's got Deadeye on Jostero. It's
So a little bit like
got munitions failsafe, which is
so like
essentially
I was talking to other players about, like, he loves kind of
almost like
especially in the scum ships because it makes them a
a
little bit rougher around the edges, which is kind of like
Oh,
the
goodness.
nature of the scum ship.
extra munitions.
So where do you think Finrao is going to be here?
Finrao next turn. Well, the low
So
post
even
will
if,
want to try to
uh,
get what
If he
Eric wants to
hits,
do
then
is
that's
not
just a one-off harpoon missiles.
or shooting him.
That's why I thought
If it
that this
misses,
would be a good
he gets
position.
another shot.
He would, like, boost
Munitions
him
failsafe
out.
is a really good tech for one point. And contraband cybernetics is going to allow him to take additional
Because a boost would have put,
action
Lorena
shenanigans when
range, but then you know the local
stressed.
would be able to get that one evade, right?
And with Ezra stressed, he does have his ability. If you're not
Yeah,
familiar
so
with him, is,
that K turn is going to be able
when
to
defending, he can change all eyeballs
become a
to
thing
evades.
for
Which is
repositioning.
sickening, and he makes Ezra actually
And
really
you can have an
very
action
tanky, very tanky.
focus for Deadeye, turn around and hit that harpoon,
It's such
and
like, you think that
it'll be really
because
good. So
it's five
I
health,
think
that
Jess is going to end up
time,
eating
popping it
a
out,
couple of
but it
harpoons
ends
here.
up being very, very versatile.
One thing you can't see if you're just joining us.
So
If you're just
Torani
joining us,
did
there
target
is a
lock
rock
Jess,
underneath like on
and I'm not sure that Torani has Jess in bullseye firing arc.
You know, what's funny is that when I was actually flying against two ghosts once in a regional, the two were so tall. I just
So
see, thing,
Nim and Torani will both be shooting first.
and landed on the mustache because I couldn't see it because of that.
I imagine harpoons are going to come into play here. Oh, sorry. I think Nim is checking for target lock.
We're waiting here for, it looks like the ghost dial. I do agree. Zero
Probably
is,
attempted a target lock.
Mm-hmm.
Lowhhrick to see where his formation is going to end up.
Shots from all three, but having that stress is going to help him. It's going to aid him in his maneuver options.
Well, like, what could you do? The ghosts have a 3 streak.
So yeah, Tommy's list definitely does not like harpoons. So the interesting play here, going into the next round for Tristan, could be to get that
So, someone was commenting that reinforces
Kiroxy fighter, or however you say it, to get turned around, use contraband, cybernetics to
It's a strong ability.
but it's not an
take the focus
It's just kind of like a
and have harpoon missiles
ways to get around.
for an out the back shot in
Even
case he
if you
misses.
did, like, what, for the walking carpets where you had the 4
But that's some pretty
tough list, but I mean, you have to
forward thinking speculation.
Alright, so looks like Eric is reconsidering his
So about 10 minutes in the round have passed now.
move here.
because he doesn't
He
want
target looks like he target locked Ezra.
bail out, but he doesn't want to leave Fenrir out to take what he's left for. You know,
For sure. Like if
So
the ghost
Nim
just
to
bails, then like,
Fenrir
alright, just gonna go
bad
forward one with all these guys and
Ezra?
tear into Fenrir.
Does Eric have the initiative, or does Zach have? Because at 5, Zach kind of matters.
Selflessness can definitely come into play here.
Eric has the initiative, so that means that he'd be moving first. It'd be another thing if he moved second, because then he'd be able to kind of move, then pull up, so things like that.
So if I'm Tommy, I'm thinking that the first target has to be Captain Nim. You have to get Genius off the board quickly here.
Yeah, Zach's in a very good position here.
Absolutely have to get him off the board. Jostero is a PS4, so it's not a hindrance to Tristan, but it is a little of a thorn in the side for Tommy because he's able to out PS Jess and Zep.
Lord's 180 RPG in play no matter where this goes. One forward.
So he could get out of that.
Could get out of the
Using harpoons here.
So doing a boost 1 or something towards them, I think would probably be more
So
normal.
spin a target lock for 2.
That way, sets him up
This
for
is from Torani.
either going north or south on his next move.
Or doesn't make him as predictable.
Exactly.
So Miranda banking in. Her arc isn't like we said earlier.
Ooh, so Fenrir is coming around to like try to like
Okay.
set him around.
Yep,
Okay.
and guidance chips
Because
for
now he's out of 2.
I'll be honest.
2
this is
crits,
the
2
first
hits.
time I've ever seen a ghost Fen player purposely separate these two. Looks like
Yeah.
he's
Lowhhrick
trying to meet in the
spending
middle.
the reinforce with his ability,
Eric's a
perhaps.
very high-level
for
player.
2.
Yes.
He was one of the like top.
I think this is going into Ezra. If it is, but Tommy hasn't rerolled, so it's got to be going into Ezra here.
Interesting. So
Looks like he's going to try to lay in some
Tommy's
damage.
thinking
All this
here,
damage is going
how is he
into
going to be able to take as little damage as possible?
so this sets up a very
Harpoons, however, is going to come back from Captain Nim.
Should be able to is that range 2 possible?
It'll trigger.
Focus. Oh, instead.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty crucial. Every single roll, Tristan is rolling a crit, so
Alright, so he's gonna
harpoons will be triggering
Force
constantly.
to save Miranda. Okay.
So it's going to be 1 shield.
That's silly.
She'll get back on
But
the regen.
if Tommy's able to survive this round 1 engagement, so spending the reinforce for an evade. Is he gonna selflessness? 1 shield, selflessness. Nope, shaken pilot.
That hits, and she'll get the shield
On
back. So
to
Fenrir essentially did 0 damage.
that. So 1, 2.
And then that one, he does have the evade token. If he
So
wants.
1 shield and then shaken pilot into
So shields are.
Ezra.
He is that 1 shield then with the low fall.
So that looks like 3 from lower.
Okay. So harpoon from
Had something wrong earlier.
Nim. Harpoons
Shields
are
now
gone from Torani. Oh, Nim is target locked onto the
Central Jammer doesn't
attack shuttle.
matter against Laura because he has expertise. And
spin the target lock. He's got hit crit right now.
Ezra's going
Yep.
Range 2 or range 1?
Guidance chips for
So he's
2
gonna
crits,
stress the hammer on stress
2
when he
hits.
Goes, of course. Does 1.
And Jammer. Does no
Jammer.
Against
Second
Zeb,
shot,
who took an evade here.
That one was not to do damage, but just to
Yep.
know where you go.
So
So the ghost is double stress. You have an opportunity.
Zeb
to
is down
that stress
to
off.
2 hull.
So he's checking range to Ezra. Ezra's definitely not in his front arc, but now he could use this moment to because looks like Lowhhrick and looks like Ezra are within.
So both
one, so
Zeb
he's
and
attacking.
Ezra are hit with the harpoon condition.
So it looks like
These are at Miranda.
So he's just let's exile off 3 shields
I'm
now.
gonna check
and
for
also
range from
4
Lowhhrick
shields.
to
All gone.
Jostero. Jostero still has a harpoon to shoot as well. So Tommy's not in
right now is that the local
great shape
rebel
here.
has 0 shields. Miranda has 0 shields. So Miranda can stand like another
So they're
4 volley.
marking the 2 ships. Check for range from Lowhhrick.
I think they mentioned their
Auto
not
damage
flipping
is
actually
really
sensor
severe
jammer.
to
She did
to Tommy's
that's
list.
why
So
we were off by 2
it's
early.
likely that
They're just calling it rather than showing it.
Jostero is going to hit his harpoons on Lowhhrick if he has range, which he does. So unless Tommy can muscle Jostero off the board, or at least get him to spend his focus,
Alright. Because it's on stream. A lot of things are on
it's not going to end well.
You can
Said
do
they didn't show the
He
jammer.
also forgot to pass the focus token from Ray.
It's fine. I like to tell people.
So he missed that trigger.
Yeah.
Jostero, 1 evade. That's plenty. That's not good.
Sometimes you're just
Yeah, so that was a crucial misplay there by Tommy, forgetting to pass the
if I have to remember to do the other things,
forgetting to pass the focus token from Ray, because that 3 dice attack
we're all human. Unless
forces
you're
Jostero to spend his focus token as well.
Then I am also looking.
He's
for
still trying to get
to worship.
Jostero to spend the focus token. However, I don't think Tristan's going to at all cost.
To try to get
Jostero can take as much damage as possible.
to get Fed route. I don't know where Fed route
Uh,
to avoid that bomb except for
Hard 2.
But we'll see. I don't know if.
Use, his ability out of the back.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So he can do that. It just puts him in a weird position that.
Yeah, I'd spend the
Ferrell's
focus
kind
here.
of out of it then. He could do.
I'd spend the. You got to put damage on Jostero. You have to try to force him to spend that focus token.
Or he could just basically take it. At this point, it might not be a bad deal. You might risk.
So
maybe just saying,
Gunner
hey,
from R3A2.
get out of battle. But then he's taking.
Yep.
Minimum.
Yeah, so
1, and most of these
spends it either way.
just from the bomb with
And
or
plenty of evades there. So 4 defense dice, 4 evades.
So
Jostero is able to get his
we're just waiting here.
harpoons
for,
off.
Fen down. Fen is off. Is definitely in kind of an awkward spot.
Unfortunately for Tommy, I think it's going to be too late.
Miranda's actually also in an awkward spot because she's stressed. She has a
Even though
limited
Jostero is double stressed,
She says she has the
he has
one
Deadeye
forward,
for the
two
harpoons.
forward, 1 banks.
Likely going into Ezra here.
I think a 1 bank would be fine. I mean, unless you really want to do a 2.
And
Well, I mean, I'm
even
saying
if
she's in
you're
that spot because
still able to
without she
put
won't
damage
buy this
onto
turn.
Nim or Torani,
She can. So
it's not.
we're gonna run a B next round. If she does like something to the left, that would be.
I think it's just too late.
Further away from
So
the ghost,
I
then
don't know if jousting was the right decision.
Or she could try to heat up on the ghost.
Harpoons are going to trigger here, assuming Jostero chooses to shoot them. I don't see why not.
So the ghost is kind of at time.
Hey Joe, hope everything's going well.
So many rounds before things go south.
Yep, here come harpoons.
Alright, so
He's debating on
Okay.
where to shoot them. Deadeye with harpoons is so powerful.
the ghost
Um,
is
Turning in.
You know,
Interesting.
you see it on
'cause
the
this way he can avoid
gunboats
a lot
occasionally.
of shots being taken
Where
out
is
of
he
this
going?
one.
good. The question is whether
So no target lock does have the focus and guidance chips. So at least 1 crit's going through
Yes.
um,
Does she have a target lock
and no
on the ghost,
evades.
or-
So not good.
not?
This is on Ezra. Lowhhrick's going to take selfless snare.
Did he call for Nathan or
Say he yelled for Nathan.
which Nathan?
Nathan, that would be
Nathan Ivy.
the crit is Stun Pilot.
I love that swag.
So Stun Pilot on both.
Oh yeah. Eric also has
Oh.
like another voice just for radio as well.
Does that go
He's got
to
that
Ezra
really, like,
or?
the smooth, rich voice? Not so smooth today.
Yeah, so that triggers
He just
harpoons.
starts smoking,
A lot of auto
cigarettes.
damage there.
If you didn't know this about Tino Morales, he smokes 30 cigarettes in an hour.
Alright.
Ouch.
Um,
Console fire.
so he's gonna stay stressed here
Okay.
because that was a 2 hard turn.
If Lowhhrick does a one, oh okay, so Lowhhrick actually crashes in. This was a good move because
Does he crash? I don't know. Ooh,
yeah, it definitely crashes.
the one thing.
Ooh. So this is a great move by him because
know
now
if
he's eliminating all these possible shots.
Yeah,
that
there goes selflessness.
Oh.
Okay, so let's get some.
So Ezra will have the back arc back.
Let's get some hull shield updates. All right.
But if
Zeb is down to 1.
Yeah.
Fenrau
Jess
might
is down
be
to
just
2.
doing a 2 bank to the left, and then coordinate the ghost out of
Oh,
range
that'd be
1.
great then if that could work.
Ezra's down to 1.
Coordinated the reinforced to Miranda.
With a crit.
So Zach is now calling out to all his gods, including Paul
What?
Duncan Howard, and Nathan Ivey.
Alright, so he's in range 1, out of arc.
What in the world is going on?
Eric calls it with a 2 bank here.
I don't know what that attack was from.
Paul Beaver is the god of awkward looks.
I missed that attack trying to update all this.
Alright, so it looks like we're waiting for an action on Miranda. Oh, she target locked. She target locked.
Oh, so we're going right onto the bomb.
Okay, so that's a 2 bank. It's gonna clear his stress, but he has
So no
he has no
evade results for Jostero. 2 damage going down on Jostero.
Again,
Yes.
and Lowhhrick and Ezra's gonna get pounded by the ghost here.
Well, is the better decision to
Jess spinning the focus.
press Miranda or to like lock her down because she does have a target lock and
The target lock's on Fen though.
oh, is it okay?
Yeah.
Then yeah.
And I think that'll be enough to get Jostero off the board.
Try to lock down Miranda, or you can stress either one of them out.
Oh, I guess Miranda focused.
Okay, Miranda focused.
Yep.
Something.
All right, so now it's gonna be combat phase.
Alright, so let me go ahead and get some updates here. I'm going to take down the overlays just real quick.
The sun god of
All right.
is now shining down.
So Lowhhrick is down to 5 hull.
Coordinate. It looks like it's in range, so we're probably gonna get that boost.
No crits just yet.
Oh, beautiful. Now, if he does a 1 forward, obviously that's
Selflessness has been used.
could do a boost to the.
Ezra's down to 1 hull, 2 crits.
Boost to the left.
Yeah, if we look on.
Jess has 2 shield.
Right now,
Zeb
yeah,
is
we're
down
looking
to
at
1
that.
hull.
So we gotta talk in
Jostero is gone.
shift direction here.
Or we can also think of his southeast.
Wow. What an interesting engagement. So,
It does say on the bottom left-hand corner,
a very,
top 4. We're at the top 4, man.
very powerful alpha
for
strike
the
from
essence, it's
Tristan.
like 20 rounds into
Tristan's now going to be able to use Trajectory Simulator, much to his advantage,
I don't know.
to at least get a damage onto Lowhhrick.
Boost, does it fit?
Ezra is stressed, but now Tommy really is concerned with
Miranda is in that back arc.
the
Man, Miranda also doesn't
range
have any
1
shield at this moment,
shots
so this
from
is
both
gonna be a rough
Torani
round.
and Captain Nim, especially because of Torani's ability. It's going to be really, really critical. Oh my goodness.
For Fen.
So we'll see if Tommy remembers to pass a token from Ray as well this round. Hey, what's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, Marcel Manzano from the Gold Squadron podcast. How did your top 8 match go?
I was against Tristan. So
Okay.
it was good. It came down to the wire.
I think it was just to be.
I killed Torani pretty quick. That's his name, right? Torani.
Mhm.
Yeah, I killed Torani pretty quick.
That's a decent thing.
He killed one of my ghosts, got another one to half.
For what he was able
And
to
then
do.
Captain Nim was at 1 hull for maybe 2 or 3 rounds and just couldn't roll well enough to put 1 damage on him, so he survived with 1
I
hull.
hear ya.
So.
But it was fun.
we're,
I mean,
we're waiting on attacks here.
coming to the last round of fire and just saying, no natties, no natties. And, you know, that means it's a close game, so it's fun.
Yeah, so first round of engagement happened.
Yeah, I was watching it actually. So yeah, I saw all the missile and all that.
Yeah, so,
happiness.
Tommy's priority now is to go as fast as possible to try to avoid that trajectory simulator thermal detonator.
Yep.
Block Nim and Torani from having actions would be great. Zeb is down to 1. Ezra's down to 1. Lowhhrick still has reinforce. No more selflessness. So as long as Tommy's able to go fast enough, I think he can avoid the trajectory simulator.
Yeah, especially because he moves first. Well, I don't know. Lowhhrick cannot avoid it. Just a 3 forward still gets him in range. So that he won't be able to avoid it, and Ezra may not be able to avoid it either because their 4 forwards are red.
Yeah. Well, Ezra doesn't care.
Oh, because he's got adrenaline rush, but
yep.
he can pop adrenaline rush and go 4 forward anyway. Yeah, you're right.
Yep. But you have to think Tristan's thinking that already. So Nim can maneuver and then drop with Genius.
He could.
So
with the extra munitions, the problem there is that he would be doing that at the cost of A, if he bumps, he can't because he can't do that on the bump anymore, and B, he puts Torani at risk of getting the effect of that as well. But if you can find I think you just have to go 5. Well, you get to see where they end up first, so you'll know if it's gonna land. But yeah, definitely a tough, since he doesn't have an auto blaster turret or anything else on Nim. He puts himself in a bit of a bind here.
Yeah. So I was just thinking that earlier. Auto blaster turret, maybe trying to come up with a couple of points in the list to include it on there, especially since there's no TLT.
Well, I would say the extra munitions because I'm not sure how often he gets the second harpoon off with this list because this list is such an office strike that after that first office strike, you're basically just trying to pick away at the end.
Yep.
And 1 harpoon is typically enough to do the damage. So yeah, I really like his list. Even when I was lining up against it, I knew I had to get that first engagement right, or else one of my jump masters was going to get erased. But if he would have had that auto blaster turret, it would have made all of the bumping a little bit more difficult. And in this case, he would be able to disengage with a 3 soft to the right and still get that auto blaster shot.
Yep.
So shoot forward, 3. He disregards his own bombs and just. It looks like
He's definitely going for the block against Nim here.
he is, which I don't know how good of a maneuver that is because that 5 is still at range 1. So
Yeah.
he's not hurt, right? That guy.
Zeb is, yeah. Zeb's down to 1.
Oh, so Zeb is dead. Yeah, a 5 forward bomb lands on him and kills him. So that's, if you're gonna do that, you have to do that and then barrel roll left and forward as possible to try to.
That's what he's debating now.
Yeah, I mean that's really the only call if you don't want to just delete him.
That's what he's debating now. So as far forward as possible from front to back.
Yeah,
You know, to try
sure.
to get.
And that's where he's going. Yep. No, don't do that. I'll do it. Thank you.
It worked once before, but
Yeah. Until somebody else walks by and
Yeah.
pushes it. You're gonna give me a heart attack.
Yeah, right.
Like any parent would be like, ah, that.
So he's set up to potentially block both Torani and Nim because he snuck the base in right between the two.
Hold it all the way. Sorry, arguing with those Gold Squadron people. They're so inconsiderate.
I'm really grateful that you guys let me co-stream.
Oh, no, we don't have to let you. That's this is fun. Twice the fun for the people watching. So it looks like that 5 forward bomb hits 3 people guaranteed.
Yep.
So Ezra's dead. That helps a lot. Ezra's gonna die. The question is, does it also hit Zeb? And Zeb is naked.
Zeb naked, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not looking good for Tommy. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, that's something I brought up before the game even started. Auto damage is not good for Tommy. harpoon triggered twice, or
Yeah.
once, off of Ezra, and does 3 total damage. Like,
Yeah.
it's good. I mean,
And it's that, and it looks like it's gonna clear. Now, I do think game mechanics wise, Torani's ability as well as Ultra Rock and Jax should definitely work on reinforce. I find it kind of weird that it doesn't, but oh well. That's,
nature of the beast, I think, at this point. So,
yeah.
plus, I mean, they clarified it in the FAQ already that even if you don't have a token, you can spend 0 tokens
Yeah.
to not suffer damage.
Well,
That's
yeah, I
silly.
mean, they're basically just saying you're not going to auto damage with this ship, which I'm grateful for because that would make it.
Alright, so we're waiting
I mean, it's a
for,
powerful ship. Not enough people, I think, take advantage of how powerful it is for how few points you can load it up. You can have. I mean, look at him. He has a 32 point Alpha Strike at Pilot Skill 10
Yep.
ship that can reload, disengage, and reload, and come at you again.
That's a hard turn next turn.
So with that one forward,
The back if Miranda decides to
that tells me that he's been considering the 5 forward because that will not hit. You know, just the range just doesn't. 5 forward bomb,
Right.
1 forward
reinforce in front.
doesn't go. The question is, what does he do with Nim? Does he want to keep guns on target? I think right here would be a great opportunity to actually take advantage of that extra munition and drop some ordnance on how much is Lowhhrick at?
Lowhhrick's at 5.
You're not gonna kill him, but you know, even if the
Is it turning
oh
away?
my god,
Turning away?
no, don't do this.
Oh, he's gonna genius.
Yeah,
He's gonna genius.
he will, but 5 forward would have gotten more people maybe, because now he's not getting that Lowhhrick. Maybe I mean he might know his ranges. The problem here is that it also hits Torani, and Torani is going to be in a position where he can't K turn at this point. Torani wants the K turn
Yeah.
after this, so because Lowhhrick moves forward, everybody moves forward, and then Torani would have a free reign to really just pot shot at the back, and with the only potential target, I mean the only potential gun on him would be Ezra, rear arc.
Yep. So extra munitions is gone for Nim. Spent both a harpoon and thermal detonator.
I would have like focused on the ghost there because that
Wow, that is
it only has 6 health left.
I would have gone for the 5. I want to kill Ezra more than I want to kill Zeb, because Zeb doesn't have the defensive mods that Ezra has. Now he's got those 2 natural, because he's stressed, he gets the focus 2 evades. So you want to guarantee that in as soon as possible.
so. It's hard to tell from our angle here because Nim is directly in front of the bomb token. I don't know if he's gonna have range 1 to Ezra. The bomb. I think it's really
hope.
close.
I mean, not I hope. I mean, he hopes
Yeah.
that it does. Does he got any harpoon?
So Zeb has a trigger on him right now.
Okay, so when Zeb dies, everyone dies?
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense then. I mean, it still puts it on. It still puts it on
Fenrir was measuring to Ezra and Fenrir had shot.
on Torani, which now Torani is -1 health plus stress.
Yeah. She'll take 2. She'll take 1 from the bomb, a stress from the bomb.
Yeah.
She'll take 1 from the harpoon to go down to 6 shields.
2/6 health.
Oh, yeah, 6 all rather.
It looks like they're pretty scot free right now. And yeah, went for the target lock, that way he can sloop.
Yep.
And shoot the target, shoot the torpedo on the next one.
So there goes Ezra.
Stress everywhere. It's looking still pretty good for Tristan here. With that sloop, there's not a whole lot that Lowhhrick can do to
It was a shipping pilot.
get out of the, to get out of torpedo range, or not torpedo, he's the jumps.
It seems like
Missile range.
Lowhhrick called out that he was stressing out the ghost.
Yeah, they're working out harpoons right now, so Jess takes the damage.
we heard Zach say
So just out of curiosity, do you have the stream conversation up somewhere?
Oh, Twitch chat? Yeah.
Just wondering
Yep.
where people are. I mean, I'll bring it up on my screen that way.
Yeah, I forgot to bring my additional monitor. So
Yeah.
Zeb and Ezra are gone, which is not good for Tommy.
No, it's not. And it looks like after this.
I think so too.
Is that your fix? Yeah, man.
I'll be back. Crazy play the Tasty Bob thing. Have you heard that one?
Tasty kebab. Yeah, there's a lot of good food around here. So Jess is down to 2. Jess is down to 2.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is likely the worst matchup that Tommy has had all weekend. All weekend. So
Attrition is not a main yet.
it's tough.
It's a must.
It's tough.
Somebody said
Even
they
if
want
you-
a tasty kebab. Alright, so
There's Torani into Lowhhrick
we're waiting on
for 2 hits. Can spend the target lock.
Yeah, right?
Maximize the damage output here.
Yeah, shaking pilot means that you can't.
I think that's not a bad option.
I thought the ghost would do that anyways.
Let me double check to see how many hull.
got 3.
Torani is into hull.
Eric does have a story for
Has
when
5
the
hull remaining.
system opens early.
So I need to
Yeah,
update
take
that.
a pilot.
Later.
Torani's down to 5 hull.
Got
Spinning a target lock against Lowhhrick.
he had a flick he was
2 hits, so Tommy just needs paint here.
that's why he lost.
Doesn't get it.
Oh man, he forgot that he had it.
Yeah.
But that's
Wait,
okay.
Did that happen to me the other day with you? Like I couldn't.
So 1 from reinforce.
do one
Lowhhrick
straight
takes
and,
1.
Like, threw him out the board. Yep. That happens.
Alright.
Now this is a bad thing for Nim. He doesn't get any shots. So now Tommy's able to
Shaken pilot.
focus down on Torani.
Was it those stress or no?
Yeah, and
The ghost stress, yeah.
Okay, I thought it was.
having so much hull and not enough shields, those criticals come
it-
so.
Yep.
Oh, because of Maul. Yes, Maul.
Yep. So this is a
So
really
that's like stress is kind of a thing,
critical
but
roll
not-
for Tommy here. Torani has no mons, rolling 1 dice. He can absolutely wipe Torani off the board this turn. Absolutely. Yeah, let me bring it up.
No, you can just type that in for me.
Oh yeah, sure.
That way, that way I'll keep it on the phone.
Mustache Rock.
Oops.
So not showing what he hasn't rolled yet. I don't know what he's considering. I mean, he's got arcs on.
I think Ezra could take that one hit.
No, he doesn't have arcs.
Yeah.
Looks like the arc is strictly on
So here's Miranda swinging around.
from Just Pava.
If Miranda, let's say the
Yeah, it's definitely range 1 to Jess. Jess does get reroll.
Lord,
Mm-hmm.
Miranda shooting,
1.
this could be the misplay.
What are they?
If he didn't TLT,
Tacking on some additional damage. Oh yeah, he's suffering damage from Torani. So wow,
Oh,
the end
wait.
ends up being Miranda.
How does he suffer damage from Torani?
because he thinks that the bullseye is in. That both bases are in the bullseye.
True, but it doesn't trigger off of. He could say I spend 0 because he has.
Well, Miranda would take 2 damage. Oh, but she only has 2 left.
It
anyways, so
doesn't
yeah,
work
this
with
could be really rough.
whatever you call it, reinforce.
He actually did not.
Well, Lowhhrick has a focus token, so
Remember,
either
next to
remove the focus
does he
token or
have
take
Ray on
damage.
it?
So remember,
Yeah.
there's a
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why,
thing where
because
you're
the right.
like,
Yeah.
well, you're touching it from the side,
So he did pass the
from
focus token from Ray,
Okay.
and then Jess has the focus token, so that's where the 2 damage comes from. Assuming the judge is making the correct call and saying that
Well,
they're both in arc.
It looks like he's only got 1 in arc because they just used
So the simultaneous
the
fire
ruler to
probably
say
takes
only
longer.
1.
I mean, lower
Okay, so that'll only be
Only,
Jess then.
only Lowhhrick.
I want to go back here. I wonder if it would have been.
I'll get a whole shield update after this. 3 into Torani. Got it.
That's why he kept it.
Oh, yep, that's pretty good.
So that's you get into. Oh, he's actually at 3 hull
In 2 rounds, yeah.
Can absolutely take
with range
Take Torani
1.
down. Gets a reroll. Oh, that's a dead Torani.
Oh, okay, now this
That's a
game
dead Torani.
flipped in
Oh
a
my
hurry.
goodness.
Yep, you can't stop that because he took 3 hull damage. He was at 3. So
Oh my goodness, that's nuts.
bye bye. Okay.
Wow.
Now
Wow.
it's not over yet.
No.
It's a full life Nim.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so Lowhhrick is at 4. Jess is at 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And right here with what you would assume
Jess is at
would
1.
be.
Excuse me.
Wait, Jess only has one hull
Yep,
left.
Jess is 1 hull plus integrated.
So they already spent that.
And does he have a regen?
No.
Oh, okay. So I even with that, I would still put yeah, because he's gonna drop. He's gonna be able to drop another thermal behind him, and then sloop, do the 3 Talon roll to push a missile into Lowhhrick. So I still like Tristan's chances here. You know, I know Tommy Adams' list relies on a formation flying to mitigate damage and to spread it around. But when you're facing a list that relies on you being clumped together to trigger Jostero, to trigger the harpoons, to get everyone within bombs, I wonder if it made sense for Tommy to split up in this occasion and force Tristan to make choices about which direction he's going to point and converge on him at a kill. You know, come at him at 2 angles and then converge to get back into formation.
Exactly. The bad thing for
A little bit
Jess is
later.
that she's stressed.
So Zach
Kind of limits the dial a little bit. However, I think a 3 forward, you're going to get flight assist. 3 forward barrel roll gets you out of that bomb.
And you said it's a
3
1
forward
hull?
boost. Yeah, Jess at 1.
No,
It's
I would
close.
I would actually say 3 forward barrel roll to the left and then boost to
really hurt him because he was at range 3 and wasn't
Yeah.
able to keep Fenrir down there.
that would help him because that way he's also setting himself up for the next round.
And you just-
stressing out Lowhhrick there.
Lowhhrick's in a tricky situation here because if you go too fast, you're running into the chance of getting hit by that thermal detonator. You go too slow, then Nim's going to be able to come in that next round and hit you with the harpoons.
Yeah. No, I think at this point you're just going 1 forward, hoping you're out of range of
And then all the
that bomb, and you're reinforcing the front because the sloop won't pass. Well, won't put you in the rear arc,
Yep.
so you'll still get a range 3 shot.
All right, so we're
And you've got to evade and a folk. I don't know if you've got any rays still saved,
What a hard 2 like
but
No focus is on Ray saved right now.
okay, but that's not so horrible. You get 1 natural evade. He's at 4, so the most he can do is 3. So you'll survive at least 1 more round. And you know, to your point, just keeping Jess alive, keeping Jess away from that bomb is
he does have the boost open, so he might just boost.
in a way that he can still turn around and put 2 guns on Nim the round after this.
shift that bump a little bit.
Let's see. That. So it's worth interesting in our conversation. This is a couple of rounds ago. He had a focus token banked on Ray. Back when the initial joust happened, he didn't pass that focus token over to Lowhhrick.
Yeah.
And when it came time for Lowhhrick to shoot
Put some damage.
Jostero,
Yeah.
he rolled hit, focus.
Oh,
Wasn't able to push the damage through to remove the focus token from Jostero. I don't think Tristan would have done it anyway.
Yeah.
Because he figured, hey, I'm going to lose Jostero.
He's gonna
either way.
die anyway.
Yeah.
Might have, guarantee the harpoon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean that's a 4 dice with a hope focus and a guidance chip crit.
Coming up.
that's range 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no.
So where's Lowhhrick sitting?
That.
Lowhhrick has
Well, I
Has
actually
integrated.
don't know. A barrel roll,
so
right?
he's fine.
Oh, he actually doesn't.
Shot from Ben.
Oh, yeah. I don't understand this at all.
To do enough damage back.
If he's at 1 hull, he'll pop the integrated.
See what it can do.
That's the only thing I can think. He just says, I need.
We're just gonna trade,
No, I don't like
get
it.
rid of Ezra, unfortunately,
He wants to get shots on him. I mean,
He does, but
Maybe he realized that
he needs
resistance is futile potentially. I don't know.
possibly. But the problem here is so he's not gonna die. He's gonna integrate it astromech that damage card that comes in.
So it looks like nothing happened. Was that on lower?
Yep, that's true.
Oh yeah.
And
right. All right. So then.
So he'll integrate it damage the astromech.
The go, so let's see if Ezra can
He's got a target lock on Lowhhrick, so he's gonna shoot Lowhhrick with it.
Yep. There's the talent roll.
But the problem here is that this drops a damage on Lowhhrick. Now it gives him gets him down to 3.
Oh, he did sensor jammer the one.
The problem
There goes
is that
integrated.
4 damage, you only need 3 to get in to hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
Yep.
Alright,
So-
that's gonna be a rough
I mean-
round.
and they're rolling on the
Oh, but
shoot again.
They're not rolling on the
Sensor
box.
jammer, so.
Popped integrated astromech
Oh
there.
man, that was the lucky.
Me.
oh no, they are rolling on the box. Those
Yeah.
are stress
He
tokens.
needed to survive
Okay.
that. So here comes Lowhhrick with a hit, crit.
So comes the reinforce, unless he just absolutely blanks out. No, that'll.
Sorry, Lowhhrick. Yeah, that's
Well, I don't know what the third. Oh,
Yeah,
yep,
that'll
yep.
do
That's a dead Lowhhrick. He needs a natural evade,
Crit. Some crit that we won't know.
and that's 1, 2, 3 dead,
He's down to
Yeah.
one hole
and that's where
there. And I'll go
and
find
now
out what the crit is.
he's not gonna have the.
So now comes
And Tommy's had a good run. He had the he was at the top of MOV, but I'm saying like it's a lost cause. But a full life Nim
He's deciding. Oh, looks like the 4
versus-
hits. And hit, so that's hit, crit.
and actually it goes to show me as well. You know,
focusing
we're talking about
force,
hey, get
lower
rid of that
takes
extra,
about 2
get rid of that
damage, so
extra munitions. No,
Right.
actually
Maybe not
just
so much.
has 4 hull
he knows what he's doing.
And here's the crit.
It's not over until it's over, though.
That might be the one.
I had,
that says hard maneuver. So is that thrust control? I forget.
I had quite the
we'll
realization
roll
of that
down
yesterday.
to-
Oh my goodness! When I was watching Jason Buffalo in
Uh-huh.
the Maze game, that was
Damage
phenomenal.
Damage engine. That's the one that all
That was
hard
phenomenal.
maneuvers are right.
So
That's correct.
Alright.
no more bombs on
Fenrir
Nim.
also has damage engine.
Mm-hmm.
They both do.
Fenrir,
Nim is down to 3 shield.
Engine. And Fenrir also has damage engine. Limiting his maneuver options this turn. I think that hurts Zach more than Fenrir though.
Yeah, because Lowhhrick is very, very dependent.
And this is where
on
Auto
someone's,
Blaster really comes in.
The hard turn.
Yeah.
Comes into play too.
If he doesn't
But,
have the ability to do that, then he can't reinforce himself.
He can do a.
Looks like this is
I mean, he's got a lot, so many options here.
Yeah.
The problem is he's.
He's at Ezra
That's where
clears.
the
Doesn't quite clear that second one.
bomblet generator versus thermal detonators comes in. I get the thermal detonators. I understand the
Zach
whole
Matthews throwing 6
the
dice,
whole-
which is very legal.
point because of the expertise out there. It's just when there is a
So Ezra
bomb that never ends, it's hard to say. I want something else that gives me an effect.
Right.
we have Ezra Central.
We might have this.
Oh, I was changing.
Oh, he also has
Okay.
no more missiles left.
No, he's got no or it's
ordnance.
basically it's a Kimojila against a one hull
And you are right, Catherine. He did
Ugh.
forget to pull the
T-70
stress off
and no tricks, no belts and whistles.
So you can get lower. Yeah, this is lower.
One has boost, one has
This is
barrel roll.
what this
And,
does is limited to the ghost
Yep,
of
so
work.
he's gonna do here. He's gonna do a 4K on the next one
Ezra does get to shoot the ghost before
because
he goes.
Does.
he's not gonna
So,
art dodge anything.
Is the ghost gonna try to pull forward?
Mm,
Try to see
so,
if he can block it? Ezra? Is Ezra gonna just pull
And right here you can do
slow
a
or
too
just
hard
try
and
to
then
see,
barrel. Nope, he's
You can get that nice shot.
yeah. So you figure right here he does too hard and then
I mean,
tries to
right
barrel
now,
roll to
Eric is definitely in the driver's seat. He
get
probably
closer
moves the
arc
ghost
than-
into
Yep.
a blocking position
Mhm.
with
Yep.
Oh, we went 3.
Oh, that's interesting.
Horn.
Definitely barrel roll.
Oh,
Oh,
talent roll.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
It's a tough choice right
that's
now.
another.
One person in the chat is asking,
A little
is it
bumpage there.
deployment, before dash
No harm.
or after executing maneuver?
It's a lot of
It's
X-Wing this
after.
weekend, though.
Yeah.
I'm just glad this was a 2-day event.
Oh, for sure. I don't
When you
think.
deploy, you move,
Actually-
then you deploy.
Let's.
Yeah.
Somebody plays
I've
the
played
ghost,
at 2 in the
that's
morning
Pretty
before.
sure
It's
that's it.
it's not fun. Oh, look at that.
I'm gonna pop
I
this up
feel
too.
like.
What was that?
it's
That's just the initiative token.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before you move.
Now, the
Feels
question is,
like
Fenrir can easily move
golf.
his position here on
We're quietly
possibly
moving. Yep,
Right.
the 4K is expected.
move then deploy.
Um,
So this
yeah,
would be
and
bad,
really
spot
Tristan
because
doesn't
Fenrir, if he
mind
does
here
all
much.
those
No.
things,
I mean, he'll go 1-on-1. He's got no more rerolls. He's got I would even just go with a target lock and just get your rerolls in and
The one bank from Lowhhrick. Can't turn because he was stressed that turn, so
Yeah, I mean you're gonna have 3 dice versus 2 on defense, so I don't.
Perfect position to
Jess has an uphill battle.
yeah. I mean, you just make sure you
he can
get
also
your target lock
stress
and.
work again.
It's gonna take at least 4 rounds of fire for. Yeah, 4. I'd say 4 rounds of fire to put enough damage on Nim.
Yeah.
It's either gonna be a range 1
3 at the least, 4
or 4 TLT.
with average rolls, 5 with
Fen Rao
bad
doesn't
rolls.
seem like he has anyone other than Ezra.
where Nim only needs 1 good roll.
Yep. Or just good modification from target lock period.
Yeah.
So
So 1 good roll with mods. I mean, yeah, with both.
So range 2,
R3A2.
with the
Yeah.
stress, just to keep him from turning back into the battle.
Tommy never gives up either. He always he will always play to the end.
That's the right way.
No damage.
And
This game is still
the
close.
I mean,
the list is
It's-
super solid.
it is and
Yeah.
it's not at the same time.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what-
if
that-
Lowhhrick
that-
had not gotten damage
out of everyone in the
Zach's
cut,
win condition, that's
the only 2 ships, even though I lost to Tristan, the Tristan was a winnable game, and again it went down to the dice, and to time. So that's a fun game and winnable. The Tommy Adams match or
going range 1 into Ezra.
the Eric Zhang match, which is Fen Lothal, are the 2 that I felt not unwinnable, but
That is greed.
weird. There's just so many tools that those lists have to spread damage around, and I think that's really what it is. It's spreading damage around. It's making people have bad choices. There is no good choice with Tommy Adams' list. You go after Zeb is the easiest one to kill. Well, he's also the cheapest.
Yeah, cheapest. Yeah.
You go
But he's a cheap
after
3 dice
yeah,
attack.
go after Lowhhrick. Well, good luck. It's gonna take you a minute. You go after Jess again. It's gonna take you a minute with all the rerolls and the reinforce.
Pilot crit.
And you go after Ezra, same thing.
Ezra, unfortunately, has to be the damage
So
dealer.
we'll see what happens here.
Ezra is not known for his
He's-
damage output.
No, he's not.
So
Unfortunately,
he's being a little bit more conservative than I thought. I thought he would probably try to go for
so all it goes to
range
is
1.
evade unless,
Guarantee those
Yeah.
4 versus he only needs 1, so guarantee those 4 dice.
It's going to be really hard.
And
Even
but,
Fen Rao
yeah, we'll
can
see.
pull around
Again, he's still only it's 3 on 2.
as well.
Yeah.
Playing a little extra defensive than I think is necessary, but
It's gonna take so
That'll
much
do
time
it.
to get to the fight.
Exactly.
He has to
That'll
go
do
one
it.
big
that's a
here.
dead.
There's no choice.
Yep, that's the
Wow.
handshake.
Which I mean,
That's a solid game.
Congratulations
That was
to
good.
Tristan. Yeah, I mean Tristan is
whittle away
you know
at Ezra.
he's Canadian, I think, right? Yeah, he's one of the Toronto guys.
Not gonna be that hard.
And it's up to either Zach. Actually, and the other table, it's
Yeah,
Eric,
Eric's
another
Canadian too, yeah.
Canadian. So it's up to Zach Matthews, the
Carolina Crates.
savior.
Yeah.
keep it in the States. Oh my God, I can't believe we're relying on Zach to be our
my goodness,
savior.
right?
Oh my, this will be interesting.
Well, yeah. Well, Marcel, thank you very much for
Yeah, it was-
co-hosting my last round.
Kind of co-host. I was just like the last 5 minutes.
No, it's anytime people get to listen to anybody else on my stream, it's insightful. I think so. It's good, good conversation, good game. So thank you very much. Thanks guys for watching. For the finals, Dion is going to take care of all of that. He'll be on for the final table. So again, thank you to Gold Squadron Podcast, Pandemonium Games, all the judges and players here for letting me co-host alongside of some awesome players today and let me stream the event. So to everybody, thank you guys for tuning in the channel. I should have these videos up hopefully within the next week.
Yeah.
We'll go from there.
And thanks again for coming. I mean, you spent your time here and
Here comes Fen.
did an
I
awesome
think
job.
he's in
So
the protector.
Thank you.
He's like, round
big
one,
and
baby.
big props to you. I got a new subscriber.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I've got a couple of things I want to add to the stream. But I always walk away with notes. I did with Wixom. I adjusted fire, and this is the result of all my improvements so far. On Twitch
I'll figure
Mobile.
out. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
we'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
But I got to check. I got it on there now.
Yeah, what is chat buzzing about now? That's pretty much the most amount of viewers I've had all weekend, which is cool.
Okay.
You're bringing me viewership. Yes. Thank you.
It's not me. It's all you. All right.
Awesome. Thanks,
So-
guys. We'll see you in the final match.